Hello, YouTube friends. Welcome. This is our gentle class for Parkinson's. I am Patrick. I am your instructor for the hour. Nice to meet you. Incidentally, I will be at the World Parkinson's Congress. If any of you are there, it'd be fun to say hello. I should be making that announcement a little more often, maybe. All right. Let me see what I must remedy. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, wait a minute.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. That's Ann. That's a little better. Okay. How are we today? Let me spotlight.
Not bad.
Good. Let me just double check. Gallery here. All right. Bud, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
Good morning.
Good morning. You doing all right? Okay. All right. So, welcome. Thanks for the thumbs up, YouTube. It's Friday, and we're going to do some memory cards. Let's go ahead and this is our gentle class. Hello, Randy, Cole, welcome. Linda, welcome. Let's do a sip and a swallow. Notice it, observe it. It's time to start paying attention to stuff. All right, I've got in my possession 6 memory cards. And we're going to go over them, and then we're going to come back to them at the end of class to see how we did. Card number 1.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. Welcome, Sandy. We're getting going here. Card number 2. On Fridays, we do a little memory game. Card number 2. Ant. You can betcha if you got watermelon at that picnic, you're going to see an ant or two. All right. Card number 3. Hopefully you don't see one of those at your picnic. Bear. I think that might even be the California bear. Card number 4. Frog. You know, I got to say, if I was to be taken by a wild creature, animal, bear would be like the worst. That's like the last on my list. I'll take a shark. Yes, I will take a shark. Frogs. You know what? I'll save this one for last. Card number. If you see a frog, you might be tempted to climb the ladder to get out of the way of that frog or that bear. And our last card that would go good with your bear meat. French fries. So we have watermelon, we have ant, bear, frog, ladder, French fries. Okay, everybody. Let me see here. And we'll do one more thing from our friend who's no longer with us, Ross Worcester Best Putnam. He's got 4 names. And he's a poet. And he wrote, Who I Am As I Am. Let me see. Shant, give me a number.
22.
22. We're going to page 22. And the name is Fighting Separateness is the name of the poem on number 22. Separateness. Is that even a word? Probably not. Fighting Separateness. Okay. Maybe I'll read that at the end, this poem. And there's apparently memory cards trapped in that book because they all fell out. Okay, let's put our hands together. We made it for exercise class. For this class, I'm going to put us on mute. And we're going to jump right in. For this class, we use exercise tubing. We use 2 hand weights. We use a towel and a small ball. So if you don't have them, but you have them around the house, you can gather them now, or you can kind of just do it without. We're going to do an observant sip and a swallow here. Notice the tongue. Notice the swallow reflex. Like I said, it's time to start paying attention to stuff. Little things. I'd like to say I've seen small changes make big differences. The setting of your posture, the maintaining it. Welcome, Rosalind. Chin is level. In fact, we're bringing an end here to posture week. Big breath in. And exhale. And let's do a little stir from the chair. What do you notice? What happens to your elbow as you have your hands on your kneecaps and you turn around? The elbow changes. All this information that is available to us that we don't notice, we start to notice today. I want you to feel the chair beneath your hips. Notice how the weight changes, right? I mean, that sensory effect was there, but we weren't paying attention to it. Let's reverse it. I want you to feel your feet in your shoes, specifically the top of your foot. And that was there a moment ago, but we weren't paying attention to it. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You can feel the air in your nostrils. That was there, but we weren't paying attention to it. Or maybe we were, who knows? I want you to feel the fabric of your shirt crossing your front and back. Notice your outer boundaries. Come up straight. Bring yourself tall in the chair, imagining a string is pulling you upward, up, like a puppet. Bring the arms out to the side where the back of the hands meet each other up overhead. Welcome, Linda. I will hang out here after class to say hello and to see how we did. Breathe. I started a list, and I think I'm up to like 43 of little things that you can do throughout the day that can help. Little quiet things that don't take any time that you could do while you're sitting around doing nothing. Maybe you could do some of them in the car, right? Of course, probably setting the posture is probably the top number one thing. But in any event, maybe I'll send those out in an email to you. We're going to do a little stretching, a little movement. We're going to do some sit to stands today. We're going to do some hand weights. And I think we might even do a standing drill here. 3 more. 2 more. And bring them up and leave them up on this last one. The backs of the hands are touching each other. I want you to pull your arms back behind you. Press those fingertips up overhead. Breathe. And we're going to lean forward. And we're going to stretch from the waist, reaching over the counter, holding your hand out there and telling that person working there that today's the day you're going to treat yourself to 5 scoops of ice cream. Yeah, I'm the trainer who talks about ice cream, icing on the cake, sugary products at times. I'll quickly tell the story of the 5 scoops of ice cream because there's a lesson in it and something we need to remember. During COVID, I attended a memorial service that was run by a rabbi, and she relayed a story of a couple that went out to lunch at a deli. And they sat down, and the husband picked up the menu, and he said, "I'm going to have the corned beef sandwich." And the wife said, "Honey, you shouldn't have the corned beef sandwich. There's too many calories in that. You should have the chicken soup." Well, the husband begrudgingly relented, and he had the chicken soup. Stretch. Reach behind you as well, people. Well, sadly, the very next day, the husband passed away, and the wife was racked with guilt that his last day on earth, she deprived him of the simple joy of that corned beef sandwich. Well, none of us know when our number's up, right? So not every day, maybe not even once a week, but every so often, I want you to treat yourself. I want you to splurge. I want you to have that corned beef sandwich or those 5 scoops of ice cream. We work hard. We earn it. Come on, every once in a while, even if you have to manufacture a little joy, serve it up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. We'll do 1 more on each side, and I'm tapping my fingertips twice for a little proprioception there. 1 more here. Bring it up. One more there. And sit back up into the no money. Bring your hands back to the tops of your knees and let's stir. This is how we started. And we picked a couple of things to think about or to notice. Are you noticing them more now, maybe? Reverse. And all the way up tall. Water bottle, sip, and a swallow. So I'm the guy who talks about a sip and a swallow and observing it. Paying attention to it, becoming familiar with what goes on with that. Up with the toes, up with the heels. Bring your hands forward. As you raise your toes, you're going to extend the wrists and lift the hands up. And then as you raise your heels, you're going to curl your knuckles down towards the ground and lift your heels up. There are a couple of points of focus we want to pay attention to if we have Parkinson's in particular. And the one thing I've realized actually is something that's good for someone with Parkinson's is really good for all populations. And in all populations, you miss some of this stuff. It's almost like Parkinson's puts a highlighter on things that we need to pay attention to and nurture. Certainly, ankle mobility is one of them and important for all populations. Open those hands up wide so you feel the springiness in them. We want strong hands. We want flexible hands. Breathe. Take a deep breath. And exhale. That's on the list. Every so often taking a big, deep breath. Because otherwise we may end up spending an entire day shallow breathing. Yucky. Up and hold it. If you went past it, just come back. Here we go. Right hand down, curl that knuckle down. Right heel up. And let's move. We want to work on timing. Regulated movement. Speed. Speed of. Velocity. Breathe. These are just some of them. Up, grab a fistful of cloud and splat it down onto the floor. Flick those fingers. And if you notice, Ann is just doing one arm. I'll put you on the spot, Ann. And some of you are thinking, oh, he's going to beat up on Ann. She's only using one arm. She's only doing half the work. No. Is that evidence of a shoulder impingement or a shoulder injury? Maybe. Yes. But it's really evidence of a championship heart. Coming to the work when you're not 100%. That's what I see. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Open those hands up. Oh, look, we found a pile of leaves. We're going to grab a fistful in each hand and we're going to swing them, toss them up over the fence onto your neighbor's lawn. Give it a little heave-ho kick to get it going. Look at that. So when I reach over here to the right, it's actually to my left. Right? 3. And I do that out of the kindness of my heart, for Pete's sake. Do you know how hard after these classes it is to get anywhere? Left is right. Take a left at the top. I'm turning right. 2 more. 1 and 2. And let's go down over here to the left and up and across to the right. And I did that on one of my Instagram videos, one of my YouTube videos. And I'm down to reaching down here to my left and up and across to my right. And some guy posted a comment. And he's like, hey, ding dong, you don't even know your left from your. No good deed goes unpunished. How about that phrase, huh? How about that phrase? We've all experienced that. You do something nice, you get in trouble. One more. Let's alternate. Let's release those leaves straight up overhead and let's lift both feet up in the air. This is very unusual. I've never done this in an exercise class. Imagine throwing leaves up in the air. I mean, isn't that going to get down the back of your shirt and make you itch? Yep. What assets do we have available to us? We've got our sense of smell. We got our sense of feel, our sense of taste, our sense of vision, our imagination. All of these things come together to help us do better, to help us work harder without perceiving the effort at it. 3, 2, and 1. Big circles with the arms here. Okay. We're going to do the and up technique for getting out of the chair. I've got a YouTube video on how to get out of the chair if you have Parkinson's, and it's the and up technique. I'm not going to go over it in too much detail, but we're going to create some momentum. We're going to put our hands on our shoulders and we're going to move forward. Now, the first move is the move I have the most difficulty instructing oftentimes when I have difficulty, is going back. So we're going to rock back, okay? Yes, Srini knows it. I know Srini. He's already up out of the chair. He's got his hands in his pocket looking at me. All right. And so getting someone to go away from your final destination, it's hard for some reason. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get forward and we're just going to do and. We're going to do that again. Come forward. As soon as you begin that move back and make it a big and a big move back. One more. And from here, we're going to shoot forward. Imagine slapping your face on the floor almost. And that's going to be the up phase. Here we go. Get ready. And up. And upon rising, you're going to unfold into the no money. And then you're going to bring it back down. The chair is there. And up. Don't step when you come up. Keep the feet where they are and up. That way you know where that chair is. It's back. You don't have to look back every time. It's going to be right back where you put it or where you came from. And up. I think that's number 5. You know, it's hard to count and talk. And up. You're thinking, you must have a lot of difficulty talking because you don't stop talking. You just talk and talk and talk and talk and up. We'll call that one 4. Just kidding. We'll call that one 6. We're going to do 10 today. And up. It doesn't matter at times. You know, you don't always have to schedule a full workout. I mean, it's nice too. And up. Call this one 7. But you have the liberty you find a time where you're not occupied and you can do a couple of things and up. Call that one. I think that's 8. 2 more. And up. This would be a good example. Just do a couple of sit-to-stands. Only takes a minute. This is good for strength. This is good for practice. This is good for technique. Last one. That's 10. We're going to remain standing and we're going to do a little standing work here. I'm going to tilt this up. Rosalind, you turn your... Nice to meet you. Hi. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to move the chair out of the way. If you have balance issues, you might want to skip this or you might want to have someone help you. Or you might... I was like, I forgot my water bottle. Sipping a swallow. We're going to do our exaggerated gait pattern. So right leg is going to step forward. Left hand is going to go way up. Right hand is going to reach back. Now we're going to step all the way back past that left leg and reverse the arm position. So forward, right leg forward, left arm up, step all the way back, right arm up, left leg back. Couple things about this. It's not overly intense, right? It's not all that difficult to do, but I want you to add effort into the focus of size. We're stretching all the way up. I want full capacity. I don't want kind of capacity. I want full. And I want attention as well. I want you to call your attention to your left foot. And I want you to mobilize that ankle. So the heel's up. I step back here, the toe is up. And it's not just kind of up, it's all the way up. As I step forward, that left heel comes up. So although I'm paying a lot of attention to that right leg, directing it to move and where to move to, I'm bringing my awareness to that left ankle as well. My hands as well, they're open. They're wide. The fingers are apart. Can you feel the air moving through the fingers, crossing the hand? Yes, you can. One more. And one more back, and then we're going to reset the posture into no money, lower the hands. Big breath in. That little move here and there, get used to it because we're going to be doing it all the time here. Okay, now your left leg comes forward, right leg goes back. That's wrong. Left leg goes forward, right arm goes up. Both arms are moving with huge size. You know what is not hard to notice? A pebble in your shoe. We've all had that happen, haven't we? A pebble in the shoe. Yeah. Keep moving. Keep moving. Sandy, come forward. Let me see it. Okay, I have a feeling that is your left arm and your left leg is forward. At least it may kind of looks like this. Let's recalibrate this one. Left leg forward, right arm up. There you go. Now step back. So it's a reciprocal pattern. Another thing we talk a lot about and focus on. Parkinson's can make things we do, things we learn to do without being taught, difficult. Putting on a jacket. Rolling over in bed. Getting into a car. Getting out of a chair. Walking. Getting into a chair. All these mundane, all of a sudden we need to pay attention to them and we want to practice them. Okay, we're going to do a little single leg balance and then we're going to go back to the chair. I'm going to give some challenge to those that are athletic. So our hips do about 6 things for us throughout the day. And I often mention that as a way to kind of reassure you that improving is achievable. 6 things, that's it. Okay, what do we got to do? For certainly, the hips go to the side, right? So we're just repeating these, getting familiar with the sense of control if we're moving out to the side. The hips also move the legs forward and they move the legs backwards. You think of the movement of walking, you think the movement of going upstairs. The hips are kind of doing the same thing. You're raising your foot a little higher when you're going upstairs, but you're moving that limb forward. So these are 3. Let's go forward into the left and backward into the right. 3 of the most common. I was doing this corrective exercise class and the guy was pretty good. And he talked about these 6 things that they do. So these are the 3 of the most common ones. Like, what are the other 3? Well, maybe I'll show you if I remember to go back to it after this one. Okay, so we're going to do this in a series that allows us to cycle through all of them. We're going to do 3 steps to the side. 1, 2, 3. Forward, into the left, backward, into the right, and then 3 to the side again. 1, 2, 3. Forward, into the right, backward, into the left. Look at that. That's all it is. 1, the miracle of math. 3, careful, Shant, forward and back. And I think you just did a scramble, Shant. Good job. That was a scramble. Forward, back. One more. 1, 2, 3. Forward and back. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Forward and back. Another little drill here that would be a good use of your time should you find yourself with a spare moment. All right, I'm going back to the chair. Let's do a sip and a swallow. Let's pay attention to it. For some of you, that might be the first time you ever looked at what it is to swallow. It's all about the taste. Are you a Coke or a Pepsi? Are you a Stones or are you a Beatles? Are you a vegetarian or are you a meat eater? We think about the food. Swallowing is a thing that can become difficult. We were never taught how to swallow. It tilts us down. Anyway, small change, big differences. Get your hand weights. The change in paying attention. Some changes are not small. Isn't that interesting? So these weights, they're like beanbags, whatever. And just earlier in this class, I've had these since the beginning. These are what I've used the entire time. I was like, I think these are 2 pounds. And either early in this class, no, it would have been in the last class. We haven't touched these hand weights. I actually looked around for them to see if they had a 2 on there. I somehow knew they were 2 pounds, maybe because I can tell what 2 pounds feels like. But it's the first time I ever looked for a number on these to see what they were. And I looked in the last class, and I'm like, I don't have a number on them. Well, just now, I looked under the strap, and there's 2 pounds. It says 2. I've had these things for 4 years. I've never looked at them, and all of a sudden today, there it is. There ought to be a name for that type of thing when it happens. We talk about that stuff that should have names that don't have names. One more, and let's go alternating bicep curl with an associated reciprocal leg lift. Breathe. I talk about the most important part of your body if you have Parkinson's, which are referred to as ground zero, which is the area directly between your shoulder blades, when your shoulder blades are positioned together and down, like they kind of are now. That's your anchor. That's your reference, because it fixes a lot of stuff out in the front without you thinking about it, and it keeps you up. And for years, I didn't think there was a name for that location. I call it ground zero, but then I found out there indeed is a name for that location, that placement. It's the part on an animal's back where the animal can't scratch. Directly between your shoulder blade, when your shoulder blades are positioned together and down, one more on each side. And bring it out to the side. That place I discovered is called the eknistis. Seriously? Eknistis? All the years thinking there wasn't a name for it, and I come to discover the name is that? It's eknistis? Come on, am I pronouncing it right? I don't friggin' know. I think I am. You couldn't have come up with a better name? Eknistis? I mean, like, a camel with no humps is hump-free. That's a good name. What's this guy talking about? Is what he has contagious? All right, one more. And now alternating side raises with a reciprocal leg shift out. Let's add a little challenge to this. Let's turn our head away from the arm that is raising. When we turn our head like here to the left, I want you to frown. When you turn your head, we're going to smile. So all the new people will watch. If that didn't chase you away, I ain't got anything else. This guy, what the heck is going on here? Smile, frown. I don't know. It's just ask. One more on each side. And now we're going to combine them. Okay, you can forget the smile and the frown drill. Well, you could do it if you want. Coordinated movement. Attention, cognition. We work on all this stuff here. And then cognition, maybe even attention, is kind of out of my wheelhouse. You know, I'm a personal trainer, mere personal trainer. But I've found in the work I do, you sometimes got to weave out of your lane a little bit as long as you're being cautious and careful and not instructing too much. That's why we just observe the sip and the swallow. I'm not telling you how to do it. We're just observing. One more, people. Up and down side, which I guess leads me a good segue to our victory pose and up for 10. A nice segue to my discussion of types of exercise. 9. I refer to 3 categories of exercise, and you could subcategorize too. 7. But the first category is muscle related. 6. Flexibility and strength. 5 is the first category. So we're doing strength training stuff. We're doing weights. We're doing bands, tubing. I think that's 4 left. 3. 2. The second category is cardiovascular or aerobic fitness. 1, you're riding a bike, going for a walk, treadmill, getting out into nature, letting your mind wander. Recumbent bike, rower, swimming, boxing, cardiovascular, aerobic, dance. We're doing shrugs, by the way. And the third category is skill-based exercise. So coordinated movement, like a sport, like golf, like tennis, boxing. Some of them cross lanes or are in, cardiovascular. I mean, you know, boxing, for instance, really does everything, all categories. But let's go ahead and put the hand weights down. Let's bring the towel. Basically, forms of exercise that require attention, choreography, directed movement. Sip and a swallow. Wedge did 2 sips and 2 swallows. All right. Bring the towel to your chest. If you don't have a towel, you can just use either maybe an exercise tubing or just your imagination. We're going to turn the crank. I like the towel because it allows you to be consistent in the positioning of your hands in relationship to each arm or each other. So that thing we did with the side raise, the leg sweep, the turning of the head, the frown, and the smile require coordination. They require timing. They require execution of a task. And if you contrast that to going for a walk in the park, your mind wanders. You think about stuff. You listen to stuff. You smell stuff. But you're not really paying attention to what you're doing. And that's fine. It's not bad. And we need that as part of our repertoire. Let's bring it all the way up to the chest and stop. Pull the shoulder blades together and down. Give me a little pulse here. And we'll reverse the crank. We definitely want to have a mode of exercise that requires us to try, to practice, to do, to listen, to watch, to understand, to receive instructions, and to practice, to do, all the way down to through ground zero. And I like to think we have a healthy dose of all of them, those categories in these classes. Let's go all the way back to the chest and stop. For instance, we're about to do a directed movement. We're going to snap that towel under the chest, pulling the shoulder blades together and down. We're going to now, if you're new here, you're going to be creating a muscular imprint of perfect posture, and you're going to be able to feel it. You're almost going to be able to see it. Chin is level, shoulder blades together and down. We're going to go forward, and we're going to snap it and back to the chest. And I'm moving my legs out, and I'm timing the snap with the landing of the foot. Timed, paced, directed. That's cool. One more. And now we're going up overhead and back down to the chest. One of my favorite Confucius statements, and you'll probably say, oh, that is actually pretty good. Let's combine these two. So we're going to go forward, back, up, down. Is that the true measure of a person's intelligence is the extent to which they know their ignorance. And oftentimes when I say that, I'm reminded of the time I tried to do some plumbing with a blowtorch, a copper pipe cutter. I tried to put a faucet in my courtyard. Needless to say, I didn't have water for 48 hours. The plumber came and repaired the mess I made. The measure of a person's intelligence is the extent to which they know their ignorance. Now, I don't know how to plumb, or whatever you call that craft. I don't know how to do it, but I know I don't know how to do it. So I feel just a little bit smarter. I'm going to hire somebody. Okay, for this last one, we're going to kick right, on the diagonal, and left, on the diagonal, kick right, snap up to the left, kick left, snap up to the right. Breathe. One more on each side, and then we're going to combine them all. Here we go. Forward. Up, down. Kick right, lean left. Kick left, lean right. Again. Forward. Up. Kick. Kick. And forward. Almost done, people. Going to take that ground zero out of the oven and see if it's baked. Forward. Back, up, down, kick, lean, kick, lean. Chin is level. Towels against the chest. We're going to do 4 snaps with an alternating foot stomp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop the towel down, unfold those arms into ground zero, and hopefully, if you did this correctly, you can feel that muscular echo. That muscular imprint of perfect posture or of good posture. Raise your hand if you can feel it. Okay, good. All right. Take the towel and we're going to hop into our kayak and we're going to paddle up the beautiful turquoise river up to the fishing hole where we never get skunked. Going to catch a big old bass for the family. Breathe. Down, around, and up. Now, come on, turn around. Keep going. Man, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Bigger. And it's a race to the shore because we have a float of crocodiles that have woken up because as we went by them, BJ sneezed, woke them up, and they're hot on our tail. Let's go. You don't have to be first. Just don't be last. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Slow it back down. I think we're clear. 2, 1. And let's back that kayak up because as we approach, we've never done this before. I'm just kind of trying it. You take the paddle, you push it, and you back up. Henry, the surly hippo, is on the shore. We're going to try another beach. Let's go back the other way. Oh, it's a true safari experience, is it not? I kind of like this. Okay. Bring the towel to your side, turning the chest. It's parallel to the ground. We're going to lean forward. We're going to sweep it all the way up and across to the other side and all the way down and back. Get that chest turned. Don't think it so much as a movement from the shoulder joint, but think of it as the chest turns down, the chest turns up and rotates. One more. And now we're going to bring it down to this side. We're going to sweep forward and up and across and down and back. Up at you. Let's go ahead into an alternating. So we sweep forward and up, lower it down, forward and up, lower it down, forward and up, lower it down. Last one, forward and up. Bring it down, bring it forward. Give me 4 snaps with 4 stops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop it. Unfold to no money. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees. Big breath in. Exhale. I am certain. Big breath in. Exhale. I am centered. Big breath in. Exhale. I'm steady. I am strong. Certain, centered, steady, strong. Yes, you are. Let's put them together. All right, all right, all right. It's Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. BJ, I'm glad you came back. I thought you got mad at me for saying you sneezed and woke up the crocodiles.
No, my iPad died.
Okay.
I had to go plug it in.
I had a feeling that something was wrong. We're going to go to the memory cards, okay? Because I remembered them this time, barely. You can take yourself off mute if you were here for them. And then we'll say our goodbyes and I'll answer any questions. We got our discussion group next week at 12:30 on Wednesday. All times are Pacific. All right, when I toss the ball or I drop the ball, that is your cue to yell out, which is on the card and the item I am looking for. Card number 1.
Watermelon.
Watermelon is correct. And you're on mute, just so you know, but it's very easy to mouth weed watermelon. Or to lip read watermelon. Card number 2. Ant. Card number 3. Bear. Card number 4.
Frog.
Very good. Card number 5.
Ladder.
Ladder. Our last card.
French fries.
French fries. Very good. Now,
French
I
fries.
asked someone to pick a number. Who did I ask? Shant. Yes. What number did he pick?
22.
22. Do anybody remember the name of the poem on number 22?
Something about separateness.
Separatists.
Yeah, fighting, separateness. How much easier it would be, it's a short one. How much easier would it be when I'm tired or ill at ease to hide till the coast is clear? Yet another side of me knows without the world, I'm gathering dust with little purpose. That's his thought on fighting separateness. All right. He sent me this book and he had a nice little inscription in the front, which I thought was very nice. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. And have a great weekend. We're back live Monday and we're live the whole week. So come on
If we
back.
don't get snowed in.
Yes. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll still have your power. Nothing like snowed in and exercise. All right. We'll see you guys
That's
next
right.
time. Thank you.
See you.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, YouTube. Thank you for the thumb up. Appreciate it. Keep moving.